Hi everyone, this is Joey and Chucky, and today my group mates Esther, Cecilia, Emily, and Leo and I are going to introduce some artificial intelligence powered tools to assist you in learning English. So before we start, let's take a look at today's schedule. I will first explain to you the objectives of today's workshop, followed by 3 learning activities in different aspects, including translation, grammar, and pronunciation. Sorry. Is everything all right? Yeah, okay, so I will go on. Can you please move to the 4th slides? Yeah, the next one. And the next one. So to start off, our first objective is that we want to improve the effectiveness of students learning in English language under a digital environment. As you all know, COVID obviously disrupted students' learning progress. Students have missed the benefits of a face-to-face learning environment. So it is crucial for educators and teachers to make good use of technology to help them catching up with their learning progress. Besides, we aim to analyze students' progress, such as their strength and weakness by utilizing AI tools. And most importantly, we want language learners to realize they can choose their learning pace according to their ability simply by applying the AI tools we introduce in our workshop or any AI-powered language learning tools in general. And moving on, I would like to share the issues and problems we identify and how AI can alleviate or even solve the problems. First, adapting to student needs. So you can imagine in a classroom of 30 or even 40 students, it's virtually impossible for a teacher to find the right approach for everyone. But thanks to using an AI for learning a new language, the needs of each individual student can be taken into consideration. With AI integrated into the learning process, educators can collect tons of data about learners, their interests, their abilities, and so on. And when analyzed, this data can pave the way for personalized education. AI-powered language learning platforms allow learners to work at their own pace, repeating topics and emphasizing things they have trouble with, engaging them with the tasks they are best at, appealing to their interests, and taking into account such factors as cultural background. Data also allows teachers or educators to understand what's going on in their minds of their students and predict their future performance. Second, no fear of failing. It's all right to make mistakes. That's how people learn. That's how human and we learn. Unfortunately, when students make mistakes, get low grades, or fail to answer questions, they often feel ashamed or even scared. What will the teacher say? Will my friends judge my English? Would they laugh at me when I make a mistake? AI in language learning will reprimand or criticize learners, tell them they're not good or smart enough in front of the whole class, or threaten them with a report to their parents or a visit to the principal. So in conclusion, AI can evaluate learners without judging them. And third, deeper involvement in the learning process. Once again, thanks to AI used for learning a new language, learners will be able to study from any place in the world at their own pace, set their own goals, and follow a customized syllabus. Teachers won't have to go over the same material each year. Plus, AI will help develop engaging games, quizzes, and other learning and exploratory activities that combine programs of study with their students' interests. And the learning outcomes. Hopefully by the end of this workshop, we hope you will realize the benefits of AI-powered language learning tools and how you can utilize them based on your personal needs. And second, we hope this workshop inspire you to explore other AI-powered language learning tools which are not introduced in our workshop, facilitating an AI-friendly environment for language learners. Before we get into the learning activities, we would like to ask all of you to do some preparation for work first. Could you all scan the QR code shown on the slide to get access to Elsa Speak? We would like you to install the app on your smartphone first. And Second thing, could you please go to the chat room and click the link Cecilia, she just sent out? Oh, I mean, Leo just sent out. The link would direct you to the page Grammarly, and you can simply log into Grammarly with your Gmail account. Feel free to unmute yourself if you have any problems. So basically, two things to do. First, scan the QR code and install Elsa Speak on your smartphone. And secondly, log into Grammarly with your Gmail account. Right. So I assume everyone is all right. And without further ado, let's get straight right into the first learning activity, which is related to translation. And Leo will be the instructor of this activity.
Yeah, thank you, Joey. And here is our learning activity one. It is about the translation by using DeepL, an app called DeepL. Next page, please. DeepL is a machine translation software with AI assisted. It offers translation services for more than 13 languages. It trains AI to understand the whole text instead of translate the passages or the word by words, and it can translate everywhere. What I mean everywhere is you can translate your document in Microsoft or simply translate in a web page uh, by clicking button on your keyboard and you can translate it. But it's only available on the DeepL Pro, and which is need to pay money for a month, like I've got like 50 cents or something. And it is available both on web and desktop, uh, like Mac and Windows are all available. Next page, please. So before I start, I have already sent a document link, a Google document link on the chat box. Please click the link in the chat box to receive the worksheet that we will use in the learning activity 1 and 2. And after you click on the link, and you can download a copy of the worksheet. Yes, I can give some time for you guys to download the sheet. Um, is that okay for everyone to download the worksheet? If you cannot, please type in the chat box or just open your mic and
Yeah, we
tell
can
me.
get access to the worksheet. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Um, in the worksheet, you will see some poems in both Chinese and English version. And I would like to give you guys 5 minutes to fill in the blank in the English version on your own. After that, we will use the DeepL apps to check the answers.
we now write down answer on the right hand side.
Yes.
Okay,
you
okay.
may download another copy because your answer will be this document only views but cannot edit. Um, Instead of just typing your answer on your own, you can also annotate the answer on the screen, like the first poem, written by Lý Bá, Ching, and the first sentences. Yes, someone is annotating the screen. Okay, moonlight in front of the bed. Yes, it is correct because 床前. Then it is referred to the in front of.
Just want
Anyone
to
can.
make sure anyone know how to annotate the screen. We can explain to you if you don't know how to annotate.
Yes. Yuet is answering. Yes, it is froze. And yes, and it is froze on the ground. Oh yes, the last sentence is thinking of my home. It is correct, but another answer could be a hometown because this is yes, exactly hometown. And the first sentences in this poem, correct, is raise your head to look at the moon, or raising, both okay. The next poem is written by Lý Sơn Yan, and it is EdUHK. So anyone would like to answer this poem? Yes, I saw people to return. Yes, it is 歸期, so it is the day for your return. Yes, the pond is it's 秋期. Yes, the second one is correct too. Why don't? Oh yes, why don't we cut a candle at? Let's see, window, at the window or autumn. According to the or oh 秋期. Yes, autumn is also correct. And the third one is candle at the window. Western window, 西窗, so it is western window, west window. And how about the last one? Will anyone can answer the last one? Oh. Yes, you can see two blank, so yes, talk is correct, but talk, yes, talk about. Thank you, Chilox and other students answer, and we got a last one from from Lei Ba again. It is 望廬山瀑布, and we just got two blanks here because anybody trying to fill in the blank? Like the second one, 遙看瀑布掛前川, and it says in English version a waterfall hanging in the what? Oh, I saw who is writing the last one. Yes, it seems to be a what way falling into the sky. Okay, I think that is Milky Way. Yes, Milky Way is okay, about 銀河, and it translated as Milky Way, which is a native translation, and hanging on a river. Not a river, but anybody get another answers? Not exactly a river. Yes, it is a foreground. Yes, and yes, that is for our translation in the Chinese poems. And this poem translation from Chinese version to English version is actually translated by the website of DeepL, and you guys may use to use this DeepL to translate and other language, because it not only Chinese and English, but it's available for more like Spanish, Japanese, and so on. There are a lot of language for you to translate, so it is quite useful. And this is the end of the first part of our learning activity, and I'm going to pass to Cecilia to introduce you guys the second learning activities.
Yes, so now let's go on to the next activity. The second learning activity we prepared is about grammar activity, which involves Grammarly software. Grammarly provides digital writing assistance by detecting some potential writing mistakes, including grammar, spelling, punctuation, word choice, style, and tone. They can be all detected automatically with appropriate suggestions provided through Grammarly. It follows the standard linguistic prescription, and it is available as a web editor and a desktop editor, or a browser extension for Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and Edge, or as an app for both iOS and Android. So now let's go on to the learning activity about grammar. So now let's try to find out the grammar mistakes of the paragraph that shared by Esther in the chat box. And you may use Grammarly as your assistant to find out the grammar mistakes. So you can find it in 5 minutes. You will have 5 minutes to find out all the grammar mistakes in these 4 small paragraphs. Same as the activity 1, you guys may annotate the screen if you find some mistakes. Just underline those grammar mistakes you found. Yes. Went should be spelled in W-E-N-T, went. 50 cents should be C-E-N-T-S, yes. And some should be S-O-M-E, yes. Those are spelling mistakes. And the girls and 8.
You can also unmute yourself and tell us how to correct the mistakes you identify. Just feel free to do so.
Yes, maybe Esther, could you tell me the correct answer that you highlight here? Why you correct? Why you underline it?
Okay, so instead of writing a small box of fudge, I think it's better to write small blocks of fudge.
Yes. And yes, how about exciting? Why is it incorrect?
I think it's a spelling mistake because exciting was supposed to be EXCITING, but it's missing a G.
Yes. And also, what's the mistakes found here?
It should be a big letter I instead of a small letter.
Yeah, it should be capitalized. How about clean up? Yes, clean up should be in past tense because this sentence is in past tense, so it's cleaned up. Yes, and so how about let's go through to the correct answers that are used grammarly to find out the mistakes. Yes. Because of the time limit, we will go through the details of the paragraph AD only. And here is Grammarly, and it will highlight all the mistakes that they found, and they provide suggestion for it and the correction that you can just click it to correct it. So went, yes, should be spelled in WENT, and then small blocks should be small blocks, yeah. Sense, and some girls these are wrong in spelling, and 8 should be spelling 8. Yes, it also recommends some consonants for you to improve your writing, and it recommends you to delete the really. Yes, and here are the correct answer that Grammarly helps you to find, and they detect it automatically and to correct your passage. So, and it also got a premium plan that you can pay for it to have a more deep correction on your writing. So let's go to the next activity that about pronunciation.
Okay, so for the last activity, it would be focusing about pronunciation, which we'll be using Elsa Speak as the AI tool. Next page, please. So Elsa Speak contains features like pronunciation coach in a neutral and global American accent, some using advanced speech recognition technologies. Moreover, it also includes a test of identifying speakers' pronunciation. So after the test, the percentage of the pronunciation similarity between the speaker and also the native coach would be provided at the end of each test. So before going into the activity, I would like to confirm that everybody has installed the app Elsa Speak. And because installing the app, there would be some questions and also some registration required. So I may like to give you 1 to 2 minutes for completing the registration process and also the installation process.
Once again, if you have any problems, feel free to unmute yourself.
Okay, so I assume all of you has completed the process. So let me go through the steps first. So for the first step, please open your app, and then you will have to choose the second left on the bottom column of the app, which the cursor is showing. It would be like a compass icon. So please press on that icon. And then you would have to choose topic on the upper column, which also the cursor is circling. So please press topics and then scroll through the category column and then choose the education aspect. Yes, so please, if you have any question, feel free also to unmute yourself. Okay, so if no questions, we'll move on. So after pressing the education aspect, please press the topic freshman year, and then choose lesson 2. We will be all together doing a lesson 2. Yes, so after choosing lesson 2, please choose advanced level. Yes, then the app will tell you how to do the whole task. So I would like to give you about 5 minutes for completing the task. And I would like ask your process or result in between. Okay, so I assume that most of you has finished the exercise. So maybe I would ask some of your results. So maybe asking my group mates, Cecilia first, how are your marks for the task?
I got 93% for this lesson.
Oh, so I think you're quite a decent English speaker, which I think you're quite fluent. And how about Leo? Can I know your mark for the test?
I just got 86%.
Oh, that was not bad too. So maybe you could use this app more so that you could improve your English proficiency. Are there any other people who have finished the task that you could tell me your scores?
Yeah, I've completed the task and I score 92%. And one thing I like about this app is that after using the app, when I understand my weakness and strength in pronunciation, especially some of my difficulties in pronouncing certain sounds such as th sounds. And this is a really good way to polish up my English speaking. And how about the others? We would also like to know your progress and your scores.
Okay, thank you, Joey. So I also see from the chat room that our professor has got 91%, which is also a very good mark. So congratulations. Yes, so I guess this is almost the end of learning activity 3. So I hope that you could all use this app more because it helps improve our English proficiency and also our fluency a lot. Yes, so let's hand over the time to Emily.
Okay, so let's have a short conclusion at the end of our learning activities. So let's go through what we've achieved during today's activities once again. So in activity 1, we were able to choose and learn some appropriate English-Chinese word translations for the poems with the help of the web tool DeepL. In activity 2, we were able to find and check grammatical and also spelling and others accuracy in a given text with the help of Grammarly. And in our final activity, we were able to practice speaking English out loud to improve our pronunciation. Our next slide, please. Excuse me. Next slide, please. Yes, thank you. So through today's learning activities, we hope to assist everyone's English and also to an extent Chinese learning with digital methods that feel familiar yet new and fresh, and also be able to integrate these tools into the classroom so that they don't feel forced and so that they feel natural instead, so students can try them out and keep using them in their future learning by their own volition. A new era of learning is possible with the assistance of AI, which makes it much easier to introduce students to new things and concepts. And it also makes the learning process itself more streamlined and much easier. And one's performance and progress can be evaluated easier as well. So that's about it for today's activities. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask them now. Any questions? Or if not, then that's about it for our presentation today.
Okay, thanks
Thank you
for
very
the
much.
sharing and the workshop.